Well, a long-time White House tradition is underway right now. Thousands gathered on the South Lawn for the annual Easter egg roll. And our good friend, U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins, joins us now from the White House for an update. Secretary, as always, thank you for your time. Happy Easter, by the way, to you and your family. I hope you enjoyed yourself this past weekend. With 30,000 eggs donated by American egg producers, is this truly the Super Bowl of eggs? I mean, tell us how you've made changes this year in the event of the high egg prices.
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be on this Super Bowl of Eggs Day here from, as you can see, the amazing White House behind me. That, yes, we are celebrating, continuing to celebrate Easter, and certainly so grateful to the egg producers who donated 30,000 eggs. But here's the thing that's important. These were small and medium-sized eggs. So these are not the eggs that would normally go into the grocery stores. I know we've had a little bit of pushback, of course, a little hating going on. But no, these are all donated and eggs that we wouldn't be able to use anyway. And we're so grateful. So I don't know if you can hear it, probably not, but the celebration is going on the other side of the White House. As soon as I finish with you, Suzanne, I am headed over there to read some books and see some kids and partake in it. So it's a big day here at the White House.
Absolutely. Also maybe speak to, of course, when we look at the eggs, and as you said, not eggs that we're going to see that are going to wind up on grocery store shelves. These are different eggs. But the event overall, how it highlights really the role of agriculture.
Well, I love that part of this. And that's really, this tradition's been going on since 1878. But this could perhaps be the year that the egg has been most focused on, because we've been talking about eggs here at this White House now for the last few months. But listen, everything we do, I said on National Ag Day, if you remember, I was with you too, that if you eat a meal or if you wear clothes or if you get in a vehicle, agriculture is a key component of your life. And so for a day like today, where we can elevate our egg layers, our poultry industry, for all that they do in feeding America, especially at a time where we're fighting for our country, we're fighting for the future of America, and we're fighting for our farmers and our ranchers, that it's a great day to do just that.
Absolutely, Secretary. I know that we're talking about eggs. This is a longstanding tradition there, of course, but a lot of consumers at home, right? I know it was a big deal in my house for Easter Sunday as to who has enough eggs or who's going to boil the eggs and color the eggs. An update for these prices? I mean, they do appear to have fallen a little bit.
Well, as we know, in the last month or so since the rollout of our 5-point plan and President Trump's vision, the wholesale cost of eggs has decreased 58%. In fact, I may have a fancy chart that was made just for the celebration today. As you can see, it is very colorful, but we have excellent prices, everybody. This is the amazing digital team at USDA came up with this early this morning. But you can see where we announced our plan, the prices, the wholesale prices started to drop and have now evened out. Now, you'll hear again some people say, well, the price hasn't really dropped in parts of the country. These are the wholesale prices. The retail prices, of course, will follow. In some parts of the country, the retail prices have already fallen. I know in my home state of Texas, probably the red states that have less regulation, you've seen the prices drop a lot more quickly. And the rest of the country, the prices will follow. But we've been really, really happy, really grateful. We're going to keep fighting. We've got a lot of big things to do, like figuring out the avian bird flu and how to combat that. But at least for the short term and for now, President Trump's promise to bring the price of groceries down, and for me, focusing on eggs, certainly has been a success so far.
Well, Secretary, we thank you for the work that you've done with the eggs and the issue there. But I wanted to switch gears before I let you go. I want to talk trade. We know the plan for fees on Chinese-built chips. Some in the ag industry, they're worried that those fees could hurt soybean growers. Do you think that's the case?
Well, what I will say about the shipbuilding is that was a multiple weeks of discussions here at the White House amongst our, U.S. Trade Rep Jamison Greer and others, who is very focused on how this affects the ag community. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I got so excited talking about eggs, I choked up. But on the shipbuilding and the decision that was made at the end of last week, does not go into effect for 180 days. And if you're following it closely, you saw that the fees were greatly rolled back from the original idea. And I think that will really help our row croppers, especially our sorghum and soy, et cetera. But still more work remains to be done, and I remain very committed to that.
Secretary, before I let you leave, I'm getting choked up as well about eggs. But I know that China is forging alliances with other countries in the midst of this trade action. Before I let you go, your message to China, what would you like to say here?
Well, the president has been unequivocal in his forward-leaning, resolute approach to China. Obviously, we're renegotiating all over the world, but China, continues to be an important part of the conversation. The president has been very laser focused on it. He does believe that a deal will be made, and obviously he's the ultimate deal maker, so I think that he's 100% right. But we at USDA will stay focused on that. We keep and are continuing conversations with those in the ag community that are most affected by that work with China, by the potential implications of a trade war with China, and we will stay very, very focused. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, America and our farmers had been so taken advantage of by China, by Brazil, by Argentina, by the UK. I mean, almost every country in the world treats their farmers better than ours have been treated under the tariff regime of the rest of the world and not of America. That is what is realigning right now. And as I have mentioned here with you guys and on a lot of other programs, my focus is to expand market access. So while we're renegotiating those deals with current partners, working and moving into Japan and Vietnam and India and Brazil and other countries to make sure that not only do we have the same amount of product that goes in as was done in the last Trump administration? Obviously, it shrunk under the Biden administration, but that we expand that greatly and that our farmers and ranchers see an era of prosperity that's unprecedented for them. And I believe sincerely that we will get there.
Secretary, again, as always, thank you so much for your time. Have an incredible day out there with all the kids. Secretary Brooke Rollins, thank you for joining us.